Hello BookTube, it's Ben here from the History Fella channel. Here today with the final and third video for the Mega Book Haul series. I've done 1 and 2, and this is the third one. So if you haven't seen either of the previous two, then just wait till the end or have a look at the channel and click on the previous videos if you fancy watching them. Before I get started, I've noticed that I'm up to 293, I think it was 293 subscribers for the channel, which in my opinion is absolutely brilliant. I mean, when I first started this channel off, I was kind of thinking, you know, even if half a dozen like the channel and subscribe, I'd be more than happy with that. But 293 is just fantastic. So it'd be nice to get up to the 300 mark. So if you've got any friends or family or know of people that are into history and books and bits and bobs and don't mind watching some idiot on YouTube chat about books and book reviews and that sort of thing, please let them know and share the channel and let them know that you know, they're more than welcome to subscribe, and everyone's welcome. And to all the recent, or in fact to all of my subscribers, whether you're recent or not, thank you very much for subscribing. I really appreciate you, and I think you're all brilliant. Right, anyway, let's get on with the final part of the book haul. It's another 10 books that I've received, mainly from Pen and Sword books, and they're like brother companies, publishing companies. So the first one to start off with this video is a biggie. It's like a coffee table size type book, and this one's called Warships of the Soviet Fleets, 1939 to 1945, Volume 2, Escorts and Smaller Fighting Ships. And that's the actual book, so it's quite a decent size. And the authors, I'm not going to say the author's name because there's 3 of them and I will butcher them, sadly, because I'm certainly not great at saying Russian names. That's Warships of the Soviet Fleets, 3945. I think I read a couple of months ago a similar book, maybe the first one, which was about the bigger ships within the Russian Navy, and that was a really interesting book and quite fascinating. Really, I learned quite a lot about that one. But this book looks really interesting. It's kind of the same format, but obviously concentrates more on smaller boats. I'll read the first paragraph from the back. 75 years after the end of the Second World War, the details of Soviet ships, their activities and fates remain an enigma to the West. In wartime, such information was classified, and after a brief period of glasnost, the Russian state has again restricted access to historical archives. Therefore, the value and originality of this book is difficult to exaggerate. It sees the first publication of a reliable data on both the seagoing fleets and riverine flotillas of the Soviet Navy, listing over 6,200 vessels from battleships to river gunboats and mercantile conversions, as well as purpose-built warships. Divided into 3 volumes, this second covers escorts, submarine hunters, patrol boats, AA defence ships, and floating batteries, minesweepers, mine layers, and landing craft. So it really is a fascinating book, and it really goes into great detail, and it's full of photographs, diagrams, charts, loads of information. And I think as I enjoyed the previous book, I'm probably going to enjoy this one too. I might do a book review on these two. But there we go. That's Warships of the Soviet Fleets from the Second World War. Right, the second book is an Images of War book called The Armour of Hitler's Allies in Action. It's 43 to 45. The Armour of Hitler's Allies. Written by Ian Baxter, who writes an awful lot on World War II. And his books are really good, really informative, and he kind of knows his stuff. And like I said before with these books, there's quite a bit of text in them, but there's an awful lot of photographs, obviously, hence the Images of War bit. And they're often very rare photos, so it's always well worth a read because you're going to see something that you haven't seen before. Oh, by the way, I should have said, the first book was published by Seaforth Publishing, and I'm sure it's priced at around, oh no, £65, the first one. And the Images of War books are published by Pen and Sword Books and priced at £14.99. Again, if you follow the links below this video, certainly the Pen and Sword link, you'll often find the prices on the website are cheaper than the prices I've got on the actual books. Some of them you're looking at about £5 off the book price that I've got, and the big book, 65, you're probably going to find at least £10 off that as well. So it's certainly worth following the links below if you want to get your books for a better price. Right, the third book is on a similar basis to the last one, an Images of War book. This is The Three Battles of El Alamein, written by John Diamond. More rare photographs from wartime archives. So that's going to be another. I do enjoy the Images of War books. What with all the reading I do, it's kind of nice just to get a book where you can, if you know the historical information already, it's good to be able to just look at a few pictures and read the text. It makes it a bit quicker and easier. It makes a change as well. Right, the next book. From Hitler's SAS to Hitler's Waffen-SS. The Secret Wartime Exploits of Captain Douglas Bernaville Clay, written by Michael Scott. Published by Pen and Sword Books and priced at £20. So this one's going to be about the SAS and the Waffen-SS. From the insert, Captain Douglas Bernaville Clay was serving with the fledgling SAS with fellow officers such as David Sterling and Blair Paddy Mayne. When he was captured in the Western Desert, he was turned and became a member of the Nazi Waffen-SS. Collaboration with the enemy was confirmed when, dressed as an SS captain, he approached remnants of the British Free Corps. The Waffen-SS unit composed of renegade British nationals. He extorted them to serve under his command against Russian forces. Ooh. So that sounds quite interesting and a bit sly, really. And the next book is called Mines, Bombs, Bullets and Bridges. Memoirs of a frontline Second World War sapper, written by Brian Moss. Priced at £25 and published by Pen and Sword Books. Soldiers' first-hand accounts of Second World War active service invariably make inspiring and exciting reading, but Mines, Bombs, Bullets and Bridges is exceptional for several reasons. I'm not sure I'm going to go through all several, but first, Brian Moss's role as a bomb disposal specialist was especially hazardous. Secondly, he was in the thick of the action from the start, dealing with unexploded ordnance during the London Blitz. He was then deployed as a frontline sapper to North Africa and on to Sicily, before landing on Gold Beach on D-Day. Despite many close calls, he was relatively unscathed, until taken out by a butterfly bomb at Nijmegen. Fortunately, despite serious injury, he lived, quite literally, to tell the tale, but his war was over. Ooh, so that sounds good. Mind you, I think I might say that about nearly all the books, that they sound good, but some of them that really do look forward to reading. That's Mines, Bombs, Bullets and Bridges. The next one is another World War II book. Sea Wolves, Savage Submarine Commanders of World War II, written by Tony Matthews. Priced at £25 and published by Pen and Sword Books. Meticulously researched, leaving no historical stones unturned in a deep and persistent search for the truth. Includes many personal first-person accounts of the struggle for survival after having been attacked under conditions of war crimes, atrocities. Powerful and poignant interviews with survivors never before published. Carefully crafted and written with considerable passion by one of Australia's leading historians. I don't know about you, but the last place you could ever get me is on a submarine. God. Just the thought is scary. All that water. Right, change of topic slightly for this book, or not slightly, it is a change. It's called Elizabethan Rebellions. Conspiracy, Intrigue and Treason, written by Helen Harrison, priced at £25, published by Pen and Sword Books. Books about Tudor rebellions exist, but none like this one, focusing exclusively on England under Elizabeth I and how rebellions during this period impacted the country and the monarchy, and led to a sense of national pride and unity. Examining what Elizabeth I could have learnt from earlier Tudor rebellions under her grandfather, father and half-siblings, and how she applied those lessons to rebellions in her own reign. And then finally exploring how Elizabethan rebellions strengthened rather than weakened Elizabeth's power and aided the myth of Gloriana. That's Elizabethan rebellions. The next book is A History and Guide to Scottish Castles by Jenna Maxwell. I've had in the past year one about Welsh castles and English castles, and now we've got the Scottish one. Hopefully I might get a fourth one with Irish ones. Includes a selection of unseen photographs, up-to-date stories from the pandemic. Find out what castles have been seen on screen and the most haunting ghost stories. First-hand experiences from the author. Well, I do like a good castle. So, to me that should be good. And I think that might be the castle that's near Loch Ness. I'm not entirely sure. Right, the final two books. Yeah, we're back to the Second World War. This book's called Blood, Dust and Snow, written by Friedrich Sander. Diaries of a Panzer commander in Germany and on the Eastern Front. And utterly some quotes here from the back. an utterly gripping first-hand German account of the war on the Eastern Front from Dan Snow. Unvarnished, absorbing, gritty and pulling no punches. One of the best accounts of war on the Eastern Front I have ever read. That's from Peter Kellick Smith. An erudite, well-written, thoughtful account of the harsh realities of combat on the Eastern Front in World War II by Roger Morehouse. And I might as well read the last one. These exhilarating and unforgettable diaries, written by a junior officer of one of the Wehrmacht's top panzer divisions, will take their place among the very best personal accounts of the Second World War. And that's from a Mr. Becker, editor of, I think this is a German magazine name. Which we shall just skip. But it's certainly, there we go. And there's some of the photographs contained in the book as well. And that's Blood, Dust and Snow. Diaries of a Panzer Commander in Germany on the Eastern Front. Written by Friedrich Sander. Published by Greenhill Books. And priced at $24.99. And then finally the last one. Might be an interesting one if you've been watching the latest SAS drama on BBC. This is called The Long Range Desert Group in North Africa, which is like the forerunning, the original name of the SAS. Written by Brendan O'Carroll. Published by Peninsula Books and priced at £25. It's a slightly bigger book than a normal hardback, so that means it's going to be plenty of decent photos in it as well. But it looks an interesting book and all about the origins of the SAS. So if you were enjoying the BBC drama, you'll probably enjoy this book too. The Long Range Desert Group in North Africa. So there we go. That is all the books and the end of the book haul. I now have a ton of reading. I've got 30 books that I need to get read and reviewed, which you can keep up with by subscribing to the channel, watching the videos. Thank you very much for watching this video though. If you've enjoyed it, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It all helps. I'm very thankful. Please, if you know of anyone who might be interested in the channel, tell them more about us and get them to subscribe. Please take care of yourselves. Thank you very much, and I shall see you very soon with some more videos. Goodbye.